Hey everybody, it's Jennifer. I finally played around with I got these files dividers on a thrift haul last week, and I decided to change the fall journal I was working on signatures for to go into. I wanted to make a book out of the files. So I've done one with it's got the elastic. I haven't finished up all my signatures for the second signature yet because I'm still making them out of book pages, even though the scrap timber is over, just because I have a lot of book pages and it makes a nice background. But yeah, so I'm going to be working on finishing the cover up. I started it because when I'm trying out things, I don't want to necessarily do it in front of anyone. And these were, I have 31 of these, well, 30 of these file folders, dividers. So I figured if I mess this one up, I could just start over. It was pretty simple once I got the hang of it, of cutting them and then poking holes in them. And the inside here, I'm shaking you, sorry. The inside's going to be decorated. You know, I'm going to put a pocket. There's going to be something back here. And then I'll be doing something pretty simple in the back cover. Because I think once I get done with my signatures and different things I have planned to do in them, it's going to be pretty fat. So, yeah, so I started the cover because I was feeling nervous. And so far the supplies are, this is, it's actually drywall tape from Lowe's. It's the only place you can get it in this kind of big hole. I like to put them on when I'm making, like collage stuff in my art journal. I have an art journal that's like collaging, but not this kind of collaging, if you know what I mean, like abstract collaging. And these are fun to put in there for texture. I just tear pieces off. Anyway, I liked, and then this is some Tim Holtz paper. And I have done a little bit of splattering around just to kind of age it a little. And then these are Tim Holtz, some of the collage paper that he offers. This one is the floral set. I don't know which set this one came out of. It may be the floral set too. And then this is just a washi sticker that I had. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, these are the different things I was working on during scrap timber. This is this page, and I have lots of pages in here to do other things. It's coming out a little naturey looking, and that's not necessarily what I just kind of wanted it to be fall themed. So, you know, this is my flippy floppy thing that I worked on with the moths here. And then the back page I did with another envelope. Pocket right here. And then the other one that I did with my fold out. So I have, I think, I only have 3 signatures in here right now. And I think what I have here is 6 plus the envelope flippy thing. So I think I'm gonna be doing, I think, another 3 more, and then I'm gonna make a big tag that I'm gonna do some stuff on. So I'm hoping to now use these as, even though it looks very, I try to keep a lot of them pretty blank actually. Even though there's a real sort of nature theme, fall nature theme going on, I will be putting, you know, classic Halloween stuff in. I'm going to be keeping, I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it, but I have like a little bucket list that I put together for fall. It only has like, I think at this point, 8 items on it. But I always watch scary movies during this month. I have a couple of books I'm reading this month that are a little more fall themed. You know, I'm reading one about a witch sorcerer currently. And then I have I think cozy mystery, like the Cinnamon Bun Shop or something that I'm going to read. So I was going to do something about the books I was reading in here. But for Scraptember, I was using scraps. So a lot of this it looks very fallish. And then my husband and I are going to go up to the cabin sometime in the next few weeks. And hopefully also take some kind of vacation. I mean, it's kind of late to be trying to plan something, but I'm going to try and throw something together because we haven't gone anywhere since Spain last year. And it may just be, you know, a quick trip to Colorado for a week. Something. But I'll be posting about, I'll be probably trying to do things in here also for that. So anyway, today I'm just decorating the cover. I already have a lot of it sort of planned out. I put one of these Tim Holtz little frames behind some paper I stamped. See, there's one sample, but I stamped it unevenly, like crooked. And I cut out some mushrooms, which I think is from the Crafty Journal. I love it when I forget. Hold on, let me see. The Junk Journal Studio. I really like her stuff, her tags and everything. So this came off of one of her big sets. It was actually on a big thing, you know, like, well, I can show you. She has like the blue, she has a blue set, a neutral set, a pink set, and I took it off a page that was kind of like this, but I had a mushroom. It's somewhere in this pile here. I'll post her site, yeah, here. So this is what the page looked like, which was kind of in general what my, you know, I'm using a lot of foliage and mushrooms and wildflowers and such so far. So I cut the mushrooms off from there. And it's, yeah, see, it's the Botanical Collage and Cluster Mega Pack. This is the blue add-on, the Junk Journal Studio on Etsy. I love her stuff. Like, I'm going to be using this, and I'm going to be using a lot off this page, probably. Some of the pages are just going to be me playing in here, and some of them are going to be actual things I do. Like, even though my child is an adult, we're going to the Pumpkin Patch Wednesday. Just because I like to go to the pumpkin patch rather than just buy my pumpkins at the store. And so far I had this sort of set up like this. This is a sticker that I want to put along there. I'm trying to inject, it was going a lot of blue, green here, which is fine because I am going to be using a lot of those colors in there, but I wanted to inject a little bit of an orange tone because I am going to be doing Halloween kind of stuff in here. And I think ultimately at the end, this is going to be up here and say fall 2025. But I haven't decided on how I'm going to close it yet. So I don't want to put any hardware in until I make a final decision on how I'm going to close it. So for now, I'm just going to semi-decorate this with some tags and some words, possibly this butterfly. Just trying to I was just happy that I had decided on, because the other journal I put together, it was just, I don't know. It would have been more like what I did my scrapbooking in, since my scrapbooking is different than these sort of journals I do, or this kind of work I do. My scrapbooks are a lot, I don't want to say, they're not boring, they're just more, more of a modern. I don't do any layering, I don't do any of this other, you know, with tags and vintage stuff. I don't do that on my scrapbooking because I really only scrapbook December daily and my travels. So there's not really any point in, I just don't do vintage for those. But I do have fun with the collaging and the vintage stuff, so I used to like it when I was just doing scrapbooking, but I didn't really think I could do both. But you know what? You really can just do both. It just depends on what you're doing. So this is going to be pretty basic for now, just because I haven't decided on. Because originally, can you even see? Originally I was going to put it down here, but I was worried that a clasp here, I don't know, that might be better. I mean, maybe it'd be better there. And then, because I have this tag plan for here. I should put that down because have I put that strips straight? I just really wanted to get the black and sort of orange colors also in here, so that's why I'm kind of, and I may not put that one, I may just put this one. Anyway, and then I have a quote that's going to be going in here that I have to print out. I haven't printed it out yet. I was searching down a variety of fall quotes that I wanted to maybe add into the book as I do it. Sorry, I'm having trouble getting this washi tape separated. Oh, that's a little brighter. I forgot my ring light. Huh. No wonder things were looking a little bit like, what's going on here? Okay, let's see here. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Because he's got that little bit of orange that I want to complement the page. And then I thought that I could incorporate this other little piece into here. I don't know. I was worried that it was going to look too much. I am worried it looks a little bit too much like a nature book, and that's not kind of... I'm going more for the fall feel, which has to do with nature, at least in my mind. I don't need to put that one down. This says infinite possibilities. But yeah, if you saw my video last week, you know that we lost one of our cats. And so it's been kind of, I didn't realize, I'm not currently working. I was trying to find a job and it was just so difficult to find what I was looking for because my husband appreciates that I'm sort of pursuing doing more art, and so we agreed that I would just look for a part-time job right now, see how it went. And those are harder to find than you think. And in the current economy and what's going on, it's not good. So I was trying to think if I wanted to put a little bit of this last little bit over here is kind of a, I'm gonna keep that there. How's that looking? I don't know if that, see, he doesn't stand out enough, does he? Let me see what I have here. I think that's a little bit better with that behind him. Also have something like that. Sorry, I'm just trying to zoom in and see if it all matches up. Did I actually put this on crooked? This is gonna make me upset if I did. I mean, it looks pretty straight. I think I do like the butterfly up there. And with the two, you can really see him. You just ever have that moment where you think, did I put that crooked even though I tried not to put it crooked? That's when you just put a bunch of stuff on here and hope that nobody notices. I just don't, I'm not sure I understand why everything I do is crooked. Even when I try to line it up. Too much with the B. Kind of like it with the B too. And then this will go here. Once I figure out sorry, apparently neighbor's out with their baby. And she is unhappy. And then I'll put something here. Sorry, she's apparently not yelling, but feel bummed that I just covered up Tim Holtz florals on there, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, you know. Anyway, it looks like the neighbor had run out to her car and the baby was inside the house, and that's why it was loud. Because the baby was feeling, probably sitting in a baby swing or something, and unhappy that mom was not there. My child is 30 and I feel like she still complains when I'm not there when she needs me. So she'll be like, why didn't you answer your phone? And I'm like, I was filming, or I was away from my phone, or she's always like, what? You're supposed to be there when I call. Kids are funny, right, guys? And I think I'm going to put a little, let me grab some tags. And if you watched my last video, which was my full deck challenge video, and you heard that my one cat passed, I mean, I mentioned at the beginning of this, my other cat is doing a little bit better. We've gotten him to eat. And he's just very, I mean, how do you tell a cat what's going on? Cat doesn't know that, you know, his brother's not here because he passed away. He doesn't understand, you know, human language. But he's doing, we were really worried about him last week because he wasn't eating. There's nothing wrong with him. Like, he didn't get like lethargic or anything, but he just is, yeah, he's always been quiet. He's never been one of the loud cats, because our last two cats were very vocal and I want food and calling it out. And this guy, his usual way of getting attention is to knock something breakable off of someplace high. At some point, it was why I just stopped trying to like decorate things, because he would just break everything, and it was very frustrating. And but he's kind of outgrown that, because you know he's 12 now. But he's never been vocal. And I think he has meowed and said things to us more in the past, you know, 5-6 days than he's ever said to us. So it's been a little bit kind of crazy. But he's finally eating. I was really worried about that. Because I don't know if anybody has any pets that have passed away and have any kind of knowledge, but I mean, we've had cats pass away, but we've almost always had 3 cats. And we made the decision that after these ones passed, we were going to take a break from cats for a little while, because, you know, we've always had 2 to 3 cats in the 24 years that we've been together. And when they get older, it's harder to find, you know, my daughter's great, but she works she works 5 days a week, long hours, and it's hard to ask her to spend a bunch of time here with the cats when she has at home her own cat to deal with. So, yeah, so this is going to go down here, I think. So we feel guilty going on trips, and we feel guilty asking Nate's parents to check on them because his parents are late 70s, early 80s, and, you know, having to come twice a day to feed and check on the cats is a lot to ask. And so we decided that after we lose the 3 that we just most recently have, and we're down to 1 now, that we're going to take a break from owning animals for a little while. I've been considering at that time to foster because I can't foster. I would love to foster kittens and cats, but our cats don't like other cats. They only like, you know, each other. So that's been tough. And of course, my husband doesn't want me to because he's afraid there'll be too many foster fails. But I like having cats around, but I don't. I'll be happy to not have the responsibility for the next 20 years, almost 20 years with cats. So there's what I have. I pulled this up, but that's okay. I'll just put it back down. It may be crooked. It's fine. Nobody's going to be looking closely at this except me. So, but the one funny thing that's sort of come out of, well, not funny, is that I didn't realize how much I talked to our other cat, Huck, that passed away. Because this cat, well, he's acting a little bit weird. He keeps acting like the floor is made of lava, and he keeps jumping around. He's just kind of funny. I don't know what's going on with him, but he sleeps. You know, he's 12 and a half. He sleeps. That's what cats do. And so I am not used. I didn't realize how much I was talking to Huck, because now I'm like, I'll go like 6 hours without talking to anybody. Unless my daughter calls or I'm out and about running errands. But at home, because the other cat, he talked all the time, and he wanted to be talked to, and he wanted to talk to you. And I'd be like, you know, what's going on, Huck? What do you want? You want some treats? You need some water? You want some attention? You know. Or I'd be like, what's happening? What are you talking about? And this guy just is quiet. He's just quiet. So it's been an adjustment for me, I will say. All right. Well, I know it looks very naturey, but I didn't really want I didn't necessarily want a bunch of, you know, skulls and Halloween stuff on there, because it's just supposed to be a fall book, which encompasses a lot of things for fall. So I'm not gonna have you struggle through watching me put this in, because I'm gonna have to poke holes and then put tiny brads in there. I wanted to get the cover done before I did something on the inside, because I would like to cover the brads up with something there. So, yeah. Moving along, I really love this book. I'm going to be putting some kind of beads at the end of this to dangle when I'm done. But I thought I would wait until the end of the month so that I knew exactly what I had in here, so I could look for the right beads and charms to add to it, because I don't really have any. Except this like little tree one, which actually would probably be good on here, although I don't know if that'll fit, but we will see. what it all takes on. Like I said, there's going to be a quote in here. And I may put another bug or tag or something in there after I'm done. But for right now, I'm just kind of, until I get the quote in there, letting it kind of go. Whoops. Yeah. So, but I have like a mushroom page I want to make. That's going to go in here. I'm going to the pumpkin patch. I was supposed to pick apples, and then when I went to check on it this morning, they've closed, and they're not. I thought they were still doing. I thought they still did apple picking through mid-October, but not at the one I was going to go to. So my apple tree may be used for some other apple project, and then I'm not going to have you sit through me making more signatures. But yeah, I have a mushroom page planned, and I actually get to see my nieces tomorrow. We're gonna do farmers market, so I'm hoping to get a picture of them with my daughter, her cousins, because they're a lot younger. I mean, my daughter was an adult before they were born, so. And because I had my daughter early, and my sister-in-law had her kids late. Like, she had a last one at 41, 42. And so they're 11, 9, and 5. And we're gonna go spend some time at a farmer's market tomorrow, so I'll be doing a page about that in here, just because I'm trying to do things that happen in the fall. I am going to do a page about the loss of my cat, but I don't have all the signatures made. I want to get those made before I make decisions on what page goes with what. So, but yeah, that's my fall journal cover. Like I said, that's going to go there. That should be good. I feel like I need a little bit more yellow. I don't know. Originally, they were going to be blue, yellow, orange, and like teal. I've not used hardly any teal. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me today. I appreciate it. Hopefully you follow along and continue to watch my fall journal book. This is the first journal I've ever made, technically. So, I mean, I made another one, but I didn't use it because it wasn't going to be, I wanted this to be more like a junky vintage book. And the other one was not going to, I don't think it was going to work for that. It was too clean cut. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my new subscribers for joining. I hope you find something that you can enjoy to watch on my channel. And I'll see you guys in a couple of days. I still have to do my Marguerite Miller for this week. Or last week, I guess, technically. And that'll be what I work on next. So, thank you. Have a great day.